Hello students, welcome to week 6 for COM 565, your capstone project. This week our lecture will cover the presentation requirements for your capstone project. So as we go through the week 6 agenda, it's important to know that what you're doing this week is you're taking the information from weeks 1 through 5, the drafts from 1 through 5, and compiling it into one complete Word document and submitting your final presentation paper. So we're at the end of writing this paper. So make sure that you are watching the videos on APA format and citations and title pages and running in sections headings. Those will really help you in making sure you work out the finite details of APA format this week. If you have a week 6 meeting with me, make sure you meet that with me if you have not already, and then you make sure you submit your final draft by Sunday. Remember, your final draft should be at least 30 pages. The syllabus does say 25 is acceptable. However, that is not strongly encouraged. It's encouraged that your paper is at least 30 to 40 pages. It is due no later than Sunday. Once you combine drafts 1 through 5, if you would like for me to take a look at that, you need to send that to me no later than Friday. I can take a look at it and glance on it and give you feedback to let you know if there's some glaring issues with your paper that need to be addressed prior to submission. Remember, the draft you're turning in on Sunday should be ready and presentable for anybody in the university. This is your final record of student work here as a graduate student at CBU. It's saved within the university for a number of years as a record of what your final graduate project was. So it needs to be in final draft form, ready for print and dissemination to everybody. Your APA needs to be near flawless. You need to go through it with a fine-tooth comb for any grammatical errors and make sure it flows, each section flows and has appropriate transitions as well. When you're submitting this, you're submitting it in 2 places on Blackboard. The first place you'll submit this assignment is in SafeAssign via Blackboard. So it's a regular assignment link in Blackboard that you're going to submit to SafeAssign. Your SafeAssign score must be lower than 30%. If it comes up higher than that, you do need to address the issues that SafeAssign states that your paper has and then resubmit it. Once the score comes back lower than 30%, you need to submit it to TaskStream. That's so I can grade it. I can only grade it once it's been in TaskStream. So you're submitting this paper in 2 places. Once on Blackboard through SafeAssign, and then 2, the second place will be on TaskStream for grading. Remember, when you are submitting to TaskStream, there are a number of instructions you need to work for. You will only submit to TaskStream once you've submitted to SafeAssign successfully. The first thing you need to do is go through and click the assignment to open. If you've never used TaskStream, you need to agree to the user agreement. Click on Critical Assignment link. Click Work, select Attachments, upload it from your computer or drag it directly into the box. Click Upload and Close, and then click Save and Return. You do have to click Submit Work. If you just save it in TaskStream but don't submit the work, I will never get it. As you're preparing for your capstone presentation, there are some important things to know that you need to do within this presentation. Like any other presentation and any other tips you have, those are very valued, but you need to know that this presentation defense has a multifaceted purposes in completing and us assessing your work and caliber of presentation skills as a graduate student. So first of all, you will need to synthesize prior learning, develop, and execute a communication project that you chose already, that you're already working on, as a culmination of your graduate studies here within our program. You'll present your findings from your paper to the university faculty in class utilizing either a handout or a PowerPoint. You can use either. So you can use both as well, but you're only required to use one or the other. Remember, this does take place on Monday, December 12th from 6:30 to 8. So check your email and Lancer Mail for all the pertinent details on that. And also you will submit your presentation materials as an assignment in week 7. Remember to dress to impress. There will be university faculty member besides myself and the students in this course. So do keep that in mind. It is open for any university faculty member to attend the presentation. As you are working through your presentation, make sure that you keep the following things in mind. Do prepare for things to go wrong. It happens. It's life. We know this. And usually when you're preparing for something that is of the caliber that you've been working on for the last 8 weeks, it's important to know that something we don't expect can happen, and that's okay. Do know that a MacBook Pro will be available for use. So if you're utilizing a PowerPoint or a presentation software system, make sure that it is Mac compatible. Bring your presentation on a thumb drive or make sure it's accessible via the cloud, some type of cloud software program that's easy for you to use. Plan to prepare for this early. We do want to load all of the presentations up prior to our start time at 6:30 to have everything ready for you to go so we can seamlessly move throughout the project. I will be on campus as early as 5 in my office and down in our room as early as 6 for those of you that need to meet early if you would like to. You may also provide your own laptop, but you need to make sure it has an HDMI outlet to connect to our projector here at the Tyler Plaza campus. Arrive earlier or on time, and again, like what it's been said before, make sure you dress to impress. As you're creating your presentation, you need to plan to present for 10 to 15 minutes and to answer potential questions for 5 to 10 minutes. Remember, you should prepare a presentation that compromises the entire project. So the best bit of advice I can give you is to go through each draft, there's 5 of them, and pull out the most pertinent information from each draft to present, and then put it into a seamless and flawless presentation. So that way you know you are hitting the main points of your paper. Each draft is a main point of your entire project, so pull something from each of that. Your slides should also encapsulate the work and focus of its most salient contributions that you've created within the paper. In preparing your presentation, you need to ask yourself, what do people know about your topic? What is the most important information you can talk about it? And then also know this, right now you are the most knowledgeable person in that room about your topic. There are very few people in the room that know what you know on your particular topic at the moment you are presenting. So know that and own it and utilize its confidence. When you receive a question from a faculty member or a student, it's usually out of a point of curiosity or for some type of clarification within your presentation. It's not usually to be demeaning or overly critical or anything of that. It's usually in a constructive format to either enhance their own ideas about what it is they want to know about your topic, or to also hear what your thoughts on the topic a little more deeply. So it's not at all to be penalizing or to ask a yes or no answer. It's very difficult for you to answer those questions wrong. Rather, it's to give you a chance to share more about your project with us. So keep those things in mind. Additionally, you need to plan to dress in a way that you would for presenting a paper at a conference or job interview, since there will be other faculty members there. Be comfortable. Business casual is only required. We usually typically wear polos and business slacks and things like that here, so you do not need to overdress, but you do need to keep that in mind. You need to make sure you bring your presentation. If you want a laser pointer, a copy of your paper is really important. Sometimes I know I've been in situations where I'm presenting information and I have my PowerPoint, but I really wish I could reference something in my paper. So print out your paper, and then also bring a pen and pencil, notepad, and electronic device to record comments, because you'll get a lot of good valuable feedback at this presentation as well. When you're fielding questions, it's important to listen to the entire question no matter how long it takes for the person to get it out. Always pause and think before answering, and then rephrase the question. Answer the question to your best of your ability. And if you don't really know the answer, you can just say, the scope of my project did not look at that specifically. However, I did look at blah, blah, whatever it may be. Remember that no one knows the ins and outs of your paper like you do. So if you need to own the fact that you are the foremost expert in the room on this topic. Yes, the professors in the room have written research proposals, research papers, and rhetorical analyses. We understand the process of research. However, we are not as intimate with the material that you are, so you need to take advantage of that and understand it. Do keep in mind that it's really important for you to start working simultaneously on both. If you do not have a scheduled meeting with me this week because it's not required, that does not mean you do not need to meet with me. Feel free to get in touch with me if you need to do so. Remember, you're at the tail end of your project here and you've been doing very well, so I just pray that you all have a blessed week and reach out to me if you need anything. I look forward to interacting with you this week and seeing you all on Monday, December 12th. Have a blessed week.